Allora, adesso io passerei la parola a Alon Bar, l'ambasciatore israeliano. Lui non poteva venire oggi, purtroppo c'era un altro evento esattamente allo stesso momento, dunque ha mandato un piccolo messaggio, un piccolo videomessaggio.
Distinguished authorities and speakers, dear friends, I thank you for the opportunity to address you with this message on this important moment of reflection that you have organized. Unfortunately, I cannot be present personally there with you, and I want to thank the Cagliari Friendship Association, and in particular, my dear friend, the President Mario Carboni, and Bruno Spinazzola, the scientific director of this event. Disgracefully, anti-Semitism is still an actual issue all over the world, also in Europe and Italy. After the brutal attacks by the Hamas terrorist organization on October 7th, we saw how much prejudice and hatred came out in verbal and even physical violence. In Italy, the situation is relatively better than other countries, including European ones. Still, it is worrying and worthy of attention when it comes to what we saw in some public manifestation and in campuses and universities all over the country. At the embassy, we have been addressed in the last weeks by numerous Israeli students in Italy who express concern and fear about the hostile atmosphere in which they are forced to attend lessons and to live after October 7th. We know that the institutions and the political class in Italy are very attentive to this problem and work hard to combat it. We are very grateful for this and appreciate it very much. Nevertheless, we also see that in civil society, an ancient prejudice is still struggling to disappear. Today, mixed with new forms of anti-Zionism, is trying to establish itself as a legitimate form of dissent, while it is a blatant form of anti-Semitism. I am not talking about legitimate criticism of a government or a state, but of the very denial of this state to exist or to defend itself against a brutal terrorist organization. And then there are also the less obvious and conscious forms, such as the deafening silence and lack of condemnation by international organizations of the atrocities committed by Hamas in Israel on October 7th. We see almost every day attempts to apply the now well-known 3D method to Israel, starting from the dehumanization of Israeli Jews and their demonization. Therefore, forums like yours today are important and welcome, today more than ever. Also because it is essential to understand that Israel absolutely cannot return to the situation before 7th of October on the border with Gaza. What is happening now is not like other previous conflicts. Our life in Israel will not be able to definitively resume unless the existential threat of Hamas has been removed and its warlike and destructive potential has been eliminated. This is fundamental to understand in Italy and throughout the world. Israel cannot allow a return to the pre-October 7th status quo. Unfortunately, today, we have confirmation that there is still a long way to go in the fight against anti-Semitism. I wish you all a fruitful conference and best wishes for the current and forthcoming season holidays. Happy Hanukkah and Buon Natale. Grazie e Shalom.